Hello, everyone, and I'm Christina Giordano, the founder of Sold. That's SOUL', your go-to resource for soulful entrepreneurship. And my philosophy is this: people can no longer be sold to, they must be sold to. This is selling with soul. This is marketing with integrity, where you no longer need to compromise your authenticity, your boundaries, your uniqueness, your wholeness. This is messaging in a way that actually reflects the transformation you provide because it's your story, your transformation, and nobody can compete with that. This is monetizing yourself in a way that honors your fullness, all of the pieces and parts of you that are meant to be divinely resourced. Join me every Wednesday to learn all of this and more. Let's jump right in. Today's episode is going to be a little short and sweet, and I wanted to address something that I mentioned in a previous podcast. It was actually the one from last week when I spoke about how the box of business is breaking. Now, I'm sure I probably shocked people when I said that. They're probably, I mean, I can only imagine what my listeners are thinking, but I'm not canceling business. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm essentially saying is business as we know it is changing. And I may be a little ahead of my time here, but I'm feeling into the idea that the notions, the principles, the standard of business as we know them are starting to crumble. Meaning, the word business may not even be a word we'll be using anymore. Business will still be business, the actual exchange of goods and services for monetary value will likely still be there. Yes, of course. That's how the world has been working for since we've been here. But let's think about business a little more. It's a historically male dominated venture for the purpose of trading goods and services in exchange for monetary gains and profits, all in an effort to provide for themselves and their families back at home. And those of us who are trying to do business differently are triggering the F out of others who don't see it outside of the box that it's in. Now, me, myself, and I'm having a little trouble referring to my business as a business lately. And it's mostly because I don't see myself embodying the role of business owner that I've seen in my own lineage and in many others. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs, only male entrepreneurs. I need to put that in there. And it's not that I don't want to sell or give or provide. That's not what I'm doing. It's that I don't want the pressure and the stress and the hyper active masculine energy behind my work. And let's be honest, business is inherently masculine by its very nature. And I've learned personally to put the masculine side of me in overdrive to the point of exhaustion and burnout in order to achieve and accomplish and succeed. I'm not doing it anymore. I won't. And it's not so much, it's not anything that I have against masculinity. It's that my internal scales between my feminine self and my masculine self, I don't really like genderizing it in that way, but that's just how I see it in my mind. Those two pieces of myself have been way on the side of masculine energy for most of my life. And I mean, even from the beginning of my life, I'm the oldest of three kids. And as the oldest daughter, you kind of have to have a bit of an edge to you. You're kind of, the protector, but also the wise one, and also the teacher, and um, you know, things that are more feminine. So like playing and feeling and being connected to your body, your sensuality, your the way your body moves, and all of those things that are essentially more of the feminine side of things. um they don't have a role in that environment of protector, warrior, wise one, you know, setting the example, being the example, the responsible one. And I do know for a fact that many other women have experienced what I experienced. I see posts on this all the time on Instagram, let's be real. But especially for all oldest daughters, but because a lot of these oldest daughters who are again descendants of entrepreneurial men, and sometimes not even, sometimes just both working parents. um I think because we want to tap into more of our feminine nature, we're deciding that business as it was no longer suits us. And so, me personally, I'm deciding to do it differently because I sense a better way. I know there's a better way. I can feel it in my bones. I'm already doing it in the way that I help people market themselves. The way that I help people market themselves is not, first of all, it is not manipulative. It's not fear based. I'm not telling people to rub salt in the wounds of their ideal clientele. It doesn't even have like a roadmap or a plan to it. So I'm not like actively giving people strategies to follow so that they can build momentum in their businesses. What I'm doing is, again, a more feminine approach where I'm helping people kind of discover their own innate ways of doing and being in business. And part of that is discovering a message that really reflects their essence. That's not really like a masculine way of marketing. That's not really a way of marketing that we have been taught because it was a highly masculine paradigm that it was in. And so the face of marketing is changing into something that's a little softer, a little more real, a little more nurturing. It involves consent. It involves ethics. It involves morals. It's like an invitation versus the actual selling of something. So there's something to be said about kind of the softer way of marketing, which I guess could be translated into the more feminine way of marketing. And this doesn't mean that the better way is a feminine approach. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there needs to be more of a balance, just like within me, there needs to be more of a balance. There needs to be more of a balance in the way that we approach marketing so that it's not so masculine dominated. And so that there is kind of that softer side that just feels good because it incorporates actual feeling. So that's something to think about is that there can be something softer, more embodied, more radiant, more magnetic in the way that we approach business, not just marketing, in the way that we approach business that decreases the pressure for us to constantly and consistently act and do and achieve and succeed. That's kind of where I'm feeling the ick. And I know for a lot of business owners who are more soulful in the way that they approach their businesses, they're feeling it too. They're feeling it too. They long for something that is effective, but allows them to be more free, more airy, more flexible, um, more feeling, more of their beingness, that is more attractive, more magnetic versus more efforting and pushing and hustling. Um, there's something there. There's something there. We're not there yet, but it is definitely coming. And so this episode was really, short and sweet, but it's really a moment for me to kind of clarify where I am on the business building movement and why sold is so absolutely essential right now as we build new ways of doing business in this ever growing, ever changing world that we're in. So I hope this episode served you today. And until next time, be well and take care.